Hi, I'm Joel Sherman, baseball columnist from the New York Post. So in Game 3, the Yankees lost their first game against Gerrit Cole in this series. So they're 0-2 in the Verlander-Cole games, and they lost home field advantage that they had gained by winning a game in Houston by losing 4-1 in Game 3. So a couple of problems arise in that game. Cole threw 7 shutout innings, but the Yankees had him on the ropes quite a bit in the game and weren't able to deliver hits. And it's because their lineup splits into kind of 2 distinct categories at this point. There's the Lemahieu, Judge, and Torres portion of the lineup, which has done real well, and pretty much everyone else, though they should be very encouraged by the at-bats of Aaron Hicks, who was starting for the first time since early August and really had good at-bats against Gerrit Cole. You wonder if he's going to move up in the lineup for Game 4 and play the rest of this series based on those at-bats. They need some other guys in the lineup, specifically Edwin Encarnacion, who did have a double late in the game, Gary Sanchez, Brett Gardner. Some of these other guys must hit against this Houston pitching. The other problem came as the game went along. Luis Severino gave up 2 early homers, stuck around into the 5th inning, and the Yankees brought in their bullpen again. And this is just going to haunt them the whole series to some degree if their starting pitchers cannot get deeper in the game, which is if you have a weak link, and at this point Adam Ottavino is the weak link, it's going to be hard to tag team to the end of these games. Ottavino more and more is taking himself out of high leverage and perhaps taking himself out of this series with the way he's pitching. So Game 4 was washed out. What that does is it removes the second off day from a 7-game series. So if this series goes Game 6 or Game 7, the teams are going to play either 3 days in a row or 4 days in a row. What it does first, it allows the Yankees to bring back Masahiro Tanaka, the Astros to bring back Zack Greinke on full rest. Both teams had planned to have some kind of bullpen game in Game 4, and now they'll have starters. Traditionally, Masahiro Tanaka pitches better with an extra day. He is not going to get that extra day now. The Yankees obviously feeling like they're down 2-1, want to bring in a guy who's given up 1 run in 11 innings this postseason in Tanaka. He's been their best starter, hope to get some length. And that's just the key issue here now. The rest of this series, once you remove the off day, the Yankees cannot win this series in fewer than 6 games. They're going to have to win another game in Houston. It's serial as it goes along here, played every day. The Yankees did not use, Aaron Boone did not use any of his relievers 3 days in a row this season. And now he's looking at a series where he might have to use relievers 3 days in a row to win it or 4 days in a row. Keep in mind, the only guy on his active roster to pitch 3 straight games for Aaron Boone is Aroldis Chapman, who did it once last June. So he's going to have to push some relievers on a day-to-day basis in a way he has not in his 2 years of managing. Will the long rest during the season when he did not push these guys help now, or will they lose their stuff as the series goes along? It puts pressure on Tanaka. It puts pressure on James Paxton in Game 5. And if they get there at some point later in this series, probably Game 7, Luis Severino, to give them more than just 6, 8, 10 outs. These guys have to get into the 5th, 6th inning with some consistent level because the Astros are avoiding their middle relief by having guys like Verlander and Cole get into the 7th inning. The Yankees have to get some action from their starters that help them get later in the game. It's going to be so key as this series goes along.